If the state of Texas ever becomes more progressive, it will be thanks to Texas Democrats, including James Talarico. The former teacher and current member of the Texas House is one of the most religious Christians in America. And unlike many faithful in the GOP, Talarico seems to have actually read the Bible, and he's underscoring the connection to progressive policy.
Do you ever notice that it's the politicians who talk the most about being a Christian who are the least Christ-like? You can't call yourself a Christian and deny health care to the sick. You can't call yourself a Christian and vote to cut food stamps for the poor. You can't call yourself a Christian and reject the stranger seeking asylum at our southern border. You can't call yourself a Christian and destroy God's creation with greenhouse gases. And you can't call yourself a Christian and discriminate against your neighbor because of their race, gender, or sexual orientation. I personally know plenty of Hindus, Buddhists, Jews, Muslims, Sikhs, and atheists who are more Christ-like than some of the self-proclaimed Christians serving in elected office.
Talarico's message is clear and straightforward, but his argument still seems to go right over the heads of MAGA supporters of Donald Trump. For countless MAGA faithful, Donald Trump is the living embodiment of Jesus. I know, it's crazy, but many of the Trump Christian nationalists, instead of reading the Bible, think they are actually leading or living a Christian life because they believe in Donald Trump. And the belief that Trump has been chosen by the Almighty is a bedrock of their faith. This has been underscored repeatedly in public on-camera interviews. One of the most recent comes from the YouTube channel The Good Liars.
Trump is the closest thing to God.
Trump is the closest thing to God, really?
Absolutely, absolutely. He's what's going to fix this nation. This nation's corrupt. We're all split. America used to be all together.
Yeah.
Now we're all split up. Why? We need to come back together. The only person who's going to mold us is God first and then Trump.
God, then Trump.
God, then Trump, absolutely. But if God's not there, Trump's not going to come out. I'll say that. Kamala comes out, Satan's out, and you better be scared.
So you believe that Trump is picked by God?
I believe so. I believe that Trump is blessed by God. I believe that Trump has come from blessed parents. His parents worked for what they had. His parents made him, molded him to become the person that he is.
Trump is blessed by God, that woman says. Her t-shirt with a line through Kamala Harris reads, "Say no to the hoe, vote Trump." Clearly, sophistication and divine thought are not priorities for this woman.
So Trump is selling Bibles for $60.
Okay.
Is that he's profiting off of selling Bibles? Is that a godly thing to do?
Is it a godly thing for the Democrats to be okay with killing their babies? Is that okay?
I guess you
Hold
answered
on.
my question with another question.
Okay.
Just answer this question. Is it a godly thing to do for Trump to be?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a business. He's a businessman. That's what this country needs. What do we need?
And if the business is selling
That's what
the
this
Bible,
is.
that's okay?
That's perfectly fine. What are churches doing? When you go to church, don't they ask you for $1? Don't they ask you to do this and that? Churches are businesses. This whole country's a business.
On that point, she may be right. If you look at the way money has corrupted religion, politics, media, and so much more in America, sure, maybe this whole country is a business. But many Americans do not like that very much and believe our society should exist not to take advantage of and profit off of people, but rather to enable citizens to live a happy, healthy, and meaningful life. And if people want to profit off of themselves, well, so be it. But so often, it feels like American society is about screwing over people so their money can go to the wealthiest 1%. Progressives and some religious folks who actually read the Bible believe there is a higher calling than capitalism, and that serving the greater good is what really adds value to our lives, not money, power, or fame. Ben Marsh, a North Carolina-based Christian pastor, recently delivered a harsh smackdown on CNN about fellow Christians who believe that Donald Trump was divinely chosen, stands for Christianity, and has the best version of the Bible.
And then all of a sudden you have the Declaration of Independence. What's the implication there, Donnie? That government has been set in place to enact the will of Christ somehow? Honestly, it breaks my heart. As a local pastor with my local church, I think what's so bad about this, not just this Bible, but the whole movement, is that it is enticing people to do things that really aren't Christian, that make them feel like they're doing something that's Christian. And that's ultimately the problem. All this partisan nonsense is that it's all designed to make people think that they're doing something for Jesus when they're really not. They're doing something for Trump, and look, they're going to do something for whoever replaces Trump.
And doing something for a political leader, any political leader, whether it is Trump or somebody else, is clearly easier than actually reading the Bible and living by it. And that gets back to the point made at the start of this video by Texas Democrat James Talarico. Christianity and other religions, at least at their heart, are at odds with right-wing Christian nationalism. Christian nationalism operates more like a cult, with followers convinced that supporting Donald Trump is the ultimate calling. Traditional Christian pastors and believers, though, understand the ultimate act of faith is helping your neighbors and fellow citizens. A clear division, though, now exists in Christianity in America, and it has huge implications not just for religion, but also for our politics and our governance. One can only hope that more Americans will take a step back and listen to the words of Pastor Ben Marsh in North Carolina and Democrat James Talarico in Texas and reject the false prophet that is Donald Trump. By the way, Donald Trump's polling numbers are shrinking. Check out that video at the link below. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.